a very warm welcome to your English news package with radio and television Tonga for the hour. Making headlines, PSA submits petition to His Majesty King Tupou VI, Parliament and the Prime Minister in regard to Foreign Investment Regulation 2021. Prime Minister officially launches a new website for the Digital Transformation Department of the Prime Minister's Office, as well as cyber security workshop. And 2 doctors from Tonga included in the honour awards from the International College of Dentists in New Zealand with 15 other dentists. We'll have these and more stories later on in the bulletin, together with sports to wrap up with the latest weather update. Now with the news in details. The Tonga Public Service Association, or PSA, submitted the petition to His Majesty King Tupou VI at the Palace through his Secretary, Sione Fifita. They also submitted a copy to Parliament through the Acting Chief Clerk, Dr. Sione Vigilani, and a copy to the Prime Minister through the Acting Chief Clerk, Dr. Sione Vigilani, and a copy to the Prime Minister through Chief Secretary and Secretary to Cabinet at Kakoka. Mark Ake with the details.
This petition is submitted due to concerns from the PSA regarding the Foreign Investment Regulation 2021, as it opens doors to foreign investors to invest in public services such as Tongan kava to help with the country's economy. The PSA includes local kava growers, weavers, people in handicrafts and tapa making, and retail shops. This petition requests that Regulation 7, Clause 2 be cancelled so no foreigner can invest in retail shops. It also calls to cancel Regulation 7, Clause 3, subclauses A to D, so no foreigner can invest in agriculture such as squash, leaves, kava, mulberry, and sandalwood. The petition also calls for a new regulation that will allow the King to vet the government and Parliament when they pass or amend a regulation or act, so that no unsuitable law for the country is passed. Finally, the petition calls to Parliament and Cabinet to provide funds from the 2022 to 2023 budget to be given to the Tonga Development Bank so Tongans who run retail stores and are in agriculture and markets can take out loans. As previously reported, there was public concern about the Foreign Investment Regulation 2021 being passed in Parliament this year. However, the CEO of Trade and Economic Development, Distakoin Tuihalamaka, said that many people have misinterpreted this act. 1,050 people have signed off on this petition, 379 from the Town District, 269 from the Western District, 220 from the East, 169 from the Central District, and 13 from Ha'apai.
The Internet has no border. This was part of the Prime Minister Honorable Hogalame Liku's keynote address when he launched the new website for the Digital Transformation Department under the Prime Minister's Office and the opening of a cybersecurity workshop. Mark Ake again with more on this story.
Prime Minister Honorable Hogalame Liku says Tonga must strengthen its operational capacities to ensure that Tonga has sufficient people with the skills to master cybersecurity tools and develop disruptive breakthrough technologies for cybersecurity.
Digital revolution recognizes no physical borders, but it has altered the rules, personal relations, business communication, and the way we engage with each other and the rest of the world, along with the substantial opportunities. The digital age also brings an increased and diverse range of risks and harms. Technological advances have typically allowed independent offenders to evade detection through, amongst other, encrypted platforms for the purpose of stealing personal and business information and using it to conduct criminal activities. Cyber attacks have been and continue to be one of the highest security risks that threaten all segments of society. We are all at considerable risk from even more sophisticated attacks, which are undoubtedly due to our extensive reliance on innovative technology and cyberspace. Adequate cybersecurity capabilities and preparedness are essential for our economic success and prosperity in the digital age. Our government has therefore adopted an approach to move away from traditional siloed vision of security, disseminate security consideration across our fields of action, and mobilize all the effective means we have at our disposal across the board to adequately provide a relevant and adaptive response to the threat. A vital aspect of strengthening our operational capacities is to ensure we have sufficient people with the skill to master cybersecurity tools and develop disruptive breakthrough technologies for our cybersecurity. It is evidently obvious that raising awareness and cyber education and cyber safety are also key in addressing these threats.
A digital expert from Estonia, Epp Martin, says we must be eager to use all these digital tools and opportunities that today's world is offering us.
Cybersecurity is the key word for the next week here in Tonga, and I hope I will see a lot of participants and people who are interested to get better, to know more how to be safe and how to use all these nice things we can do digitally. Just a few words about our background also, that I'm representing with two of my colleagues e-Governance Academy. So it's a foundation created 20 years ago in Estonia when we recognized that we are much ahead comparing to other countries when it comes to digitalization. And we have to share this experience, what we have already got in our country. So, and until now, Estonia is quite famous still, using good tools and being fully digitalized. So we have even forgotten what it means to print out papers and go to the public offices, because we do everything online. On the other hand, we also do know very well what it means to be fully dependent on internet connections. And keeping in mind what happened here in Tonga half a year ago, I think we are also here to help you to prepare whatever comes. And as we have learned also through our experience, we haven't had volcanoes, we have flat country, no mountains, but anyway, we have had major interruptions and attacks to our networks.
The new website that was launched aims to show all information regarding digital development and cybersecurity in Tonga. Martin hopes Tonga and Estonia's collaboration efforts will envision and deepen the two nations' understanding on technological innovation and cybersecurity.
The Ministry of Fisheries continues their cooperation with the World Bank in strengthening and empowering the fisheries sector in Tonga, as it is important to maintain and preserve the ocean creatures for future generations' needs. Mark Ake tells you more.
An implementation support mission meeting was held with a team from the World Bank to have an in-depth review on their project, which was launched back in 2019. Speaking to Radio Tonga News, the CEO of Fisheries, Dr. Nuku'alofa, says their project is known as Pathway to Sustainable Oceans Project, and the World Bank will visit the fisheries sector to check on their project, including the project's budget, work plan, results, framework, and monitoring outcomes and activities, while also providing technical support to address key issues and iron out implementation challenges. Dr. Halafi says there are effects that the sector is facing, particularly in shallow zones, but the aim of this project is to develop and rebuild a better and sustainable ocean. The project is focused on 4 different areas, including good governance and strengthening fisheries policies to stop illegal fishing in our waters. It also aims to develop knowledge in regards to ways of fishing, such as farming living species in the ocean, in communities in SMA or special management areas in our waters that are declining due to overfishing. The World Bank will also help Tonga's fisheries improve 26 special management areas or SMA that were affected by earlier disasters. This is a 6-year project with 10 million pa'anga of funding and started back in 2019 and will be completed by April 2025. However, Dr. Halafi explains they will extend this by 6 years to a total of 12 years, worth 20 million pa'anga. Meanwhile, Dr. Halafi says species in the ocean are decreasing, especially those in coastal areas and shallow waters, due to a variety of reasons, including overpopulation and commercial fishing, as well as climate change. It also includes ocean pollution and other factors that cause the decrease of these living creatures' populations. The Ministry of Fisheries are working on improving SMA and also will try to establish a new SMA to help each community in Tonga to better preserve marine species for a sustainable future. By achieving the purpose of this project, the Ministry of Fisheries urges the public to comply with any regulations or restrictions they impose to help preserve species in our water.
Tonga National Youth Congress received assistance from Germany, including water tanks, vehicles, and a leaf grinder machine. Drew Javier, the chairman of the civil society, says after the massive devastation in January, they recognized two essential needs from families and that they were affected by the tsunami. First is water sanitation. It was badly affected by the ash from Tonga Hungahapai, and youths were working tirelessly to clean up water tanks of the communities. Agriculture sector was also badly affected, and they think of a leaves grinder machine that will help fasten the leaves to soil and distribute it to villages as an assistance to grow more vegetables for families. And an induction ceremony as Fellows of International College of Dentists was held on Saturday last week at the Bai Christchurch Convention Centre, awarding of honour awards to 17 dentists who worked professionally and rendered conspicuous service. The International College of Dentists is a leading honorary dental organization dedicated to the recognition of outstanding professional achievement and meritorious service and the continued progress of dentistry for the benefit of all humankind. All members of the college, regardless of their native language or country of residence, adhere to one universal motto: recognizing service and the opportunity to serve. The 17 new fellows are from Australia and New Zealand, including 2 doctors from Tonga, Dr. Amanaki Whakov-Gaidau and Dr. Cecilia Fusi-Fifita, as they are currently working at the Oral Health Division of the Ministry of Health. Dr. Whakov-Gaidau has a Bachelor of Dental Surgery, postgraduate diploma in clinical dentistry, oral surgery from Adelaide, Australia. He is currently the Chief Dental Officer at the Oral Health Division at the Ministry of Health. He was a practitioner in the division and the Ministry of Health for over 30 years as a clinical supervisor, leader and administrator, executive member of the Ministry of Health Executive since 2013, founding member of the Tonga Dental Association or TDA 2002. He was the president since 2013, secretary 2002 to 2012, a member of Tonga Medical and Dental Practice Board since 2013. He is the president of the Oral Health Pacific Island Alliance, a regional organization for dental professionals in the Pacific Islands since 2016. Dr. Whakov-Gaidau is also a member of Rotary Club Nuku'alofa since 2006, serving 4 times as president and a recipient of the Paul Harris Fellow. Meanwhile, Dr. Cecilia Fusi-Fifita has a Bachelor of Dental Surgery from the Otago University in New Zealand, also a postgraduate diploma in oral pathology from Nihon University, Japan, and she is an oral pathology scientist at the Ministry of Health. She has served for 29 years in the Oral Health Division of the Tonga Ministry of Health. Dr. Fifita continues to provide general dental services within the public health system, oral pathology consultant at Viola Hospital. She is the coordinator of the Mali Mali Smile project, which oversees preventative dentistry throughout Tonga. She is also a lecturer in dental assisting and dental therapy training courses in Tonga, member of the South Pacific Medical Team, which coordinates Japanese volunteers to Tonga. Dr. Fifita is a member of the Health Advisory Committee of His Majesty's Privy Council since 2020, and she is a member of the Special Olympic Committee since 2015 in Tonga. Dr. Fifita is a member of the Forensic Odontology team here in Tonga and published over 10 scientific research papers between 2001 to 2009, while a postgraduate and PhD candidate. She is previously involved with teaching undergraduate students in oral pathology at Nihon University, Japan. Conceived in 1920, the college currently has more than 12,000 members in 122 countries who have been awarded the prestigious title of a Fellow in the ICD. And that concludes tonight's English news package. But before we part, here's one final look at tonight's top stories. PSA submits a petition to His Majesty King Tubal VI, Parliament and the Prime Minister in regards to Foreign Investment Regulation 2021. Prime Minister officially launches a new website for the Digital Transformation Department of the Prime Minister's Office, as well as cybersecurity workshop, and 2 doctors from Tonga included in the Honour Awards from the International College of Dentists in New Zealand, with 15 other dentists. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for your company. I'm Alice Abigail. Good evening.